So I have started the recording. So everyone got that day recording. Everyone got access from Dropbox. I can see very less people have joined the Dropbox. Let me tell you their names who have accessed the Dropbox. Let me tell you their name. Yeah, you can unmute and you can talk, no problem. How many people means? Let me tell you. Jogeshwar Rao have joined. Chandrakar have joined. Chakradhar have joined. Karthik have joined. Mohammed. What about others? Venu, you have not yet joined. Okay. I have sent you the link. Okay. Ask Uday also to join it. Kant, you also have not yet joined. Okay. Check it. Check it. Join it. Join it. I have kept the course content there. One file is there. Okay. One file is there. Each and everything is there. Okay. Now. Okay. Fine. So let's start, guys. The day we have stopped in middle, right? Actually, so some little bit points I will share it today. Okay. So some demonstration part only. So what is this mean? Let's say we have HDFS, Hadoop distributed file system. Hadoop distributed file system. Okay, good. Hadoop distributed file system. Now here Hadoop, each and everything, whatever we store will be there in the form of file system. It will be there in the form of file system. Actually, your RDBMS also we have already covered. Our RDBMS also stores in the form of file system, but we cannot access that file. But here directly we can access as the form of files only. Now distributed, what do you mean by distributed? It's not a new term. It is not at all a new term. It's an older technology. In Java, we have some frameworks like EJB. Okay, we have some known as EJB, RMI. EJB means Enterprise Java Beans. RMI means Remote Method Invocation. Okay, remote method invocation. Here also we have a distributed kind of technology. I will explain what is distributed kind of technology, because people who are not from Java background have to understand this. What is distributed manner? How the files are going to be distributed into multiple machines. Okay, next, very old programming language, Corba. Corba is also one of the distributed technology. This is the one way from where distribution got started. Okay, now Hadoop is a master slave architecture. Master slave architecture. Hadoop is a master slave architecture. What is this master slave architecture? See, in master slave architecture means one will be the master and others are slaves. Others are slaves, like this. Others are slaves. Slaves. These are the slaves. Like, see here, he is the team leader and these are the team members. So whatever team leader says, team members have to follow blindly. So he is the master. He is the master and these are the slaves. Master is only one. Master is will not be more than one. Master is only one and these are the team members. These are the like slave 1, slave 2, slave 3 and slave 4. Slave 4. Done. Hadoop is a master slave architecture. Master is only one and slaves are multiple. Slaves are multiple. Whatever master orders, slaves will blindly they will follow. Now Hadoop is a master slave. This is known as a cluster. In your entire cluster, one will be the master and others are slaves. Now what is the use of this? Each and everything we will cover slowly. This is architecture. More than coding, you have to concentrate on architecture part. In interview, they won't ask you to write this code, that code. It's not a programming language interview, right? They will ask you the architecture part. So you have to spend maximum time on HDFS to understand the entire how Hadoop have been developed. How that PPT contains only the architecture diagram. Only architecture diagram we will learn. In that first only one PPT I used to share. 2 to 3 days that PPT will run. Hardly 2 days. A lot of points are there in that. Okay. So first we have to understand the architecture of Hadoop, then we will learn working on Hadoop. Okay, no. Hadoop is a master slave architecture, I am saying. So this is the master and these are the slaves. This is the master and these are the slaves. Okay, fine. Now you have to understand, master slave architecture is a new technology? No. Your RDBMS also follows the same master slave architecture. But what is the difference between older master slave architecture and new master slave architecture? We will see. And what is the difference between older distributed manner and new distributed manner? We'll learn today. Okay, so again I repeat, distributed is also, yeah, guys, I'll mute for some time. Okay, later because a lot of people have joined. So some disturbance is coming. People have joined like two times from web and desktop version. Always prefer desktop version. From web you will face lot of issues. Okay, always prefer desktop versions. Okay, so what is the difference between older distributed manner and new distributed manner? And what is the difference between older master slave architecture and new master slave architecture? We will learn now. Okay, fine. Now see here. Let's say client is there. Let's say Karthik is there. Now Karthik is interacting with normal master slave architecture. This is not Hadoop. Normal master slave architecture in a distributed manner. Now Karthik is interacting with master. Hey master, I have one file with the name abc.log file. This is my file. Or you can take file1.txt, file2.txt, whatever. So this Karthik is interacting with master, normal master slave architecture. Hey master, I want to save this file in your cluster. Okay. So master will ask one question. Hey Karthik, what is the replication factor you want? Karthik says, let's say I want 3 replication. Replication means duplicate copies. Along with original, how many? Along with original, 1 is original and 2 are duplicate copies. The replication factor is 3. Or you can say redundant copy. This is very, very important. Replication is very, very important. Tomorrow you will know the importance of replication. Okay. So Karthik is saying, I want 3 as a replication. So master, what he is doing, you know. Okay, 3 copies it has to store. First copy he has stored here. Second copy here. Let's say third copy here. Assume it. Now you may ask this question. Why Syed? Why master have selected S1, S3, S4? Why not S2? Then keep this question as a question mark. Later I will discuss this question. How master is selecting the place to store the data? I think in your academic you have learned about round robin algorithm, correct? Round robin algorithm. So here internal that algorithm is getting used to select the place. But some more concepts are there like rack awareness, all those things we will cover by tomorrow. Those things. Okay, you have to understand something, then only you can understand how master is selecting the slave to store the data. And always remember, your actual data is getting stored on slave's machine and master contains only metadata. Now, if I ask you what is metadata means, you will say data about data. Book is definition. But in tomorrow's class, you will understand what is exactly metadata is. Okay? In tomorrow, you will understand what is exactly the metadata is. Master machine contains metadata and your actual data resides in slave machine. See how many copies are there? First copy is here, second copy is here, third copy is here. If something happened to this machine means no problem. Master, if Karthik is requesting next day, hey master, I want to read my file abc.log file. Master will give it from any one of the box or CPU or node. See, these things we can call them as a CPU. Generally these are CPUs, right? CPUs. But in real time you should not call CPU. Who are freshers? For them I am saying. You can call it as a box or you can call it as a machine. Okay, next, the term is node is good. Node. In Hadoop, we used to call them as a node. One CPU are equal to one node. Or for CPU, normal CPU, instead of calling CPU, you can call them as a node. Okay, or you can call them as a machine, whatever it may be. Okay, so how master selects the node? It can pick the data from any one of the nodes and it can respond back to the client. Here, client is Karthik. Okay, but suddenly see, one copy is missing. So what master have to do? It have to select from another node. because it knows each and everything, because it's storing in metadata. Where are these copies are exist, in which node the copies are exist. A lot of metadata information will be there. We'll learn in detail later. Okay. Okay. Fine. Now this is about distribution. Older distribution means your file is getting distributed among multiple machines. Your entire file, first copy is here, second copy is here, third copy is here. But here you know the drawback. Here client Karthik can interact with the slave machine and he can do any kind of thing with this slave. Means let's say Karthik have deleted this copy. Karthik can interact with this machine and he can delete the copy as well. But as per the master does not know Karthik have interacted with this machine. As per the metadata, master think that S4 machine also contains the copy of abc.log file, but Karthik silently deleted. This is a very bad design. In older days, okay, this is the design which they are following. But nowadays, the entire architecture got changed. What is that new master slave architecture also we will learn. This is the older master slave architecture. The client can interact with the slave machine. And this is older distributed way where your file is getting distributed among multiple machines. Okay. Now we'll go to Hadoop cluster. Now we'll go to Hadoop cluster. Let me make it Control Z. More 2 to 3 times. Okay, fine. Now see here. Now same file, now same person, Karthik only. But here this is a Hadoop cluster now. Now this is a Hadoop cluster. Now Karthik is interacting with master. Hey master, I want to store this abc.log file. Okay. Now he will ask what is the replication factor. He wants to know. I want to keep the replication factor as 3. Now this is a Hadoop master slave architecture. Try to understand what happens. I'll explain in a layman way. I won't go more technically because this is a second class only, right? So you have to understand. Okay. So Karthik is saying the replication factor he wants is 3, means 3 copies. Okay. Now master, what it will do, you know? Master has to store this file as a 3 copies, right? But it won't store like that. He will split your files into multiple pieces. Your file will be get splitted into multiple pieces. Now don't ask me how many pieces. Now this is not the right time to know that. Because you should know some concept, then only I can explain. For one file, how many pieces will be there. Okay, later you will learn. One concept will come. There you can understand. For one file, how many pieces will be there. Some concepts are there like blocks, all those things. We'll learn later. Okay. Okay. Now, master will split your file into multiple pieces. For example, here we will be taking as a 2 pieces. Number 1 and number 2. We will give some dummy name for these pieces like A and B. Some dummy names. But in real time, don't think some dummy names will be A and B. How it will be later we'll learn. No. Now first piece A. Master is storing A here, and A here. Next B. B here is there, B here is there, and B here is there. Just assume it. Then your partial amount of data of abc.log file is there in A and partial amount of data is there in B. These are the pieces. And these pieces, it is satisfying the replication factor as a 3. One copy is here, one copy is here, and one copy is here. Second copy is here, here, and here. That is the thing. Okay. Now, as a layman way, I am saying the word as a pieces, but in real time, the name is a block. I'll come to this. We have a separate concept of block. Not now, later. But what is a block? Today I will ask some questions. Okay. One GK question. We all know how to use computers, right? One ask. Later I'll ask. Okay. Now this is a new distributed manner, distributed way. Your file is getting splitted. Why splitting, Sayyed? Why we want splitting? For parallel processing. For parallel processing, we will split the files. Okay. So remember this point. And here, client cannot interact with slaves directly. Client can interact only with master. So if client want to delete this file also, master knows because he has to go through master only. After getting the permission from master only, he can delete the file. Okay, so that's the thing. Master stores each and everything in its metadata. So these are the important points you should know. A very, very high level architecture, very, very high level. Okay, so one master is only one. There is no backup for master in 1.x. In Hadoop, there are total 3 versions are there. What are the versions? Hadoop 0.x, Hadoop 1.x, and Hadoop 2.x. This is outdated now. Okay. Now, what is the difference between 0.x and 1.x? Let's say you are a very old Hadoop developer. So initially you have learned Hadoop in 0.x. Now, what are the things you need to upgrade when you are moving to Hadoop 1.x? See, the main changes between Hadoop 0.x and 1.x is architecture is same, but entire Java API is got changed. Entire Java API got changed. So if you are writing MapReduce program, here this is different way, here is this is different way. Here you have to learn again how to write in MapReduce programming in a new model. Okay. Now what is the API means? Application Programming Interface. Like Java have an API. A lot of Java classes, right? Java classes are there, right? Those are there. Okay. Now 2.x. What is the difference between 1.x and 2.x? Here Java API is same, but entire architecture got changed. Entire architecture got changed. Entire architecture. So if you're learning 1.x and when you want to migrate to 2.x, coding part same. No need to learn any new coding, but architecture you have to understand of 2.x. Nowadays, each and every project you will find it in 2.x only in real time. Nowadays, that is known as YAN, yet another resource negotiator. But as part of our course, see, everyone directly go to YAN and they will explain. But as part of our course, we learn the architecture of 1.x as well as then I'll take you to the architecture of 2.x. Okay. So first you have to understand the 1.x architecture. Then only you can know the what we say differences between 1.x and 2.x. People are avoiding 1.x, but in interview they will ask architecture of 1.x also. Without knowing architecture of 1.x, how can you show the benefits of 2.x? That is one important. See, in interview they will ask only architecture questions. Only architecture questions. I used to give lot of proxies. They will only ask about the architecture. No one will ask you to write a code. Okay, no one will ask you to write a code. Architecture is very, very important. In each and every framework, they will ask you how the entire flow is going on internally. So these are the very, very important points. Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions? I have unmuted everyone. If you want to talk, you can talk. Shruti, some backend noise is there, Shruti. Yeah. Any questions you want to ask, Minta? Yeah, no problem. Come on. No questions from anyone?
Sayed, this Karthik.
Yeah, Karthik.
At the time of interview, people would be asking the real-time programming stuff and all, or they would be just asking about the pure architecture level. Like they don't ask like how would you program for this particular data, how do you program for this particular data and all stuff.
No. See, very good question. First of all, they will ask you entire subject knowledge. Okay, entire subject knowledge they will try to know from you. What you know, what are the things you don't know. Next, coming to project. Okay, what kind of work you have done? Because people are eager to know what you have done in Hadoop. Because it's a very new things, right? So what you have done, what you have done. So this kind of knowledge only you can get only if you are working on project. So how you can get means I have projects, real-time projects. So after this course, you have to sit and you have to start coding on that. If you're studying anywhere, I am helping you. But logic, how to do, you have to think. Okay, I will guide you on this. So after doing some POCs, see some POCs, I think 10 to 12 POCs I make you to work. Okay, it contains Java also, whatever it may be, loading the data from Twitter, doing some clickstream analysis. Okay, which cricketer is best, this kind of, in every kind of analytics we will perform. Okay, then we'll go to one project. If you're doing this POC, see in real time, we will say project, but these are the POCs only right now. Yeah, proof of contact, okay, proof. proof of contact. Okay, proof of POC. Okay. Now other question is like, yeah, okay, fine. Organizer. Okay, one organizer is there. Who is this? May I know your name, Mr. Organizer? Yeah, yeah, okay, fine. Chalo. Yeah, any more questions? Come on, guys.
Uh,
Yeah,
Sayed, this is Karthik again.
yeah.
What do you suggest? Like, people should be going ahead with the Java thing or the Python?
It depends on the company. It depends on the company. See, you will not find much Python developers. If they are good, see in real time they won't ask you whether you want to write it in Java or you want to write it in Python. If you know Python, definitely you have to go for Python because in Python very less development effort is very less. But it's very hard to find a Python developer. Correct? If you know Python, that is good. They won't stop you to write the code in Python. If you know Java, they will ask you to write a code in Java. That's the thing. Are you aware of Python, Karthik?
No, sir. I just came to know like from one of my friends who's working, okay, in the as a data scientist. He suggested me to go ahead with Python
Yeah.
because Java would take, considerable amount of time to
Yes.
learn and stuff.
Yes. Yes.
I'm basically mainframe guy. Now I'm a manager as of now.
Oh, okay,
So
okay, okay. Okay.
yeah, that's the thing.
For data scientists, Python is required. Python,
Hmm.
R, MATLAB, these are the things are very, very required.
What would you suggest, say, to go
I
ahead with the
suggest for
Python or the
Hadoop,
Java?
Java is best. For Hadoop, Java is best.
Okay.
Instead of going for Python, Java is best. Because 90% of people will write a code in Java only. That's the thing. But how much amount of Java is required means only 40% also is enough there. Or 20% up to OOPS concept is enough Java. Entire core Java is also not required. Okay, OOPS up to OOPS knowledge is enough. OOPS, collections, all those things are knowledge is enough. Only core Java, in core Java. Because in real time, no one will spend much time to write a code, a long code. So SQL is best. We have one component I told you, right? Hive. In Hive, we will write entirely SQL code. Okay, so SQL is mandatory. See, if you ask me to write one join condition, being a Java developer, I'll write 4 to 5 Java classes to perform joining. And being a SQL developer, he will write only one line of code. Done. So that's the reason. First preference will be given to Hive. If any project comes, whatever the requirement may be there, first preference will be given to Hive, then the preference will be given to Pig, then it will be given to MapReduce. If you are not able to do in Hive, means in Hive we have a table. See, today I am not talking about our regular subject. From tomorrow onwards I will start. Today I will clear all your doubts and some this kind of discussion we will make it. Okay. First, if any project comes, we will think about Hive. In Hive, we will have a table, entire like your SQL, RDBMS kind of thing. If client does not require tables kind of structure, if he is giving some kind of requirement, I'll give you this input file, you give me that output means go for Pig. Go for Pig. In Pig, you don't have any table. If you are not able to do it in Pig, then go for MapReduce. At this time, you have to write a Java code. Else, no need to go for MapReduce. That's the thing. Okay, clear, Karthik? This point. Where Java
So
is coming,
thank you.
Java is coming here. But before that, you have SQL and Pig Latin scripts are there. Very easy. Pig Latin script is very easy to learn. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you can learn this command. Everything is the command only.
So when you say the tables, you're speaking of the schema.
Yeah, schema. We have a schema here. We have a schema
Okay.
here.
In the
Okay.
pig, you will not for the pig thing. You don't need the schema and stuff. It's
Not
just the
required.
flat data.
Yeah, flat data. Schema is optional here. In Pig, Apache Pig, we have a schema as an optional. Means you can create a schema or you can avoid a schema. There is no restrictions to the user that you have to provide a schema. Okay, so that's the thing.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay,
One quick
yeah,
question.
yeah.
Out here, like having sound SQL knowledge helps better than programming language. That's what you
Yes,
meant to say, as a
yes,
Hadoop developer at least, right?
yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
But yeah, but if you get some time, learn Java as well. See, in future, what framework may come, we don't know, right? Every day, one new frameworks are coming into market. Correct? Now, if you go for Spark, if you are in US, then Spark is mandatory after Hadoop. Spark, they will in resume also you have to mention Spark. Spark is developed again on Scala. You should know Scala programming to work with Spark. But they will teach you Scala as part of a Spark course only. Scala will be there. Initially, 5 to 10 days, the instructor has to teach Scala, entire Scala. Then he has to take you to Spark. Okay? Clear?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. No one is asking questions. Why? Others, please ask. Else, I will ask. No question? Okay. Now, let me ask you one thing. Yeah.
Sayed, this is Jogi.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, like, whatever we are discussing, right, is Hive or Pig. So, ultimately, this has to be written in Java, right, to integrate it.
No. Here, we have to write SQL code. Here, we have to write a Latin script.
Yeah,
Latin.
yeah, yeah. I just have an high level idea like that Hive and Pig. I just gone through some videos earlier, like few months back. So, like, I just have, like, let's say we have a Hive database. We create a Hive database and we just executed one query, select star from table name.
Mm,
So how do we integrate in the front end? Like,
yeah.
anyways, Hive will be installed on the Java only, and then it will just the job will be converted to MapReduce and it will work.
Yes.
But my question is how we integrate with application is we need to write again a Java, right, to integrate with.
No. It's not like that. If you don't think this Hive is a database that you're interacting with the front end Java API. No, it's not like that. Basically, we are here to perform OLAP operation, not OLTP. First, let me explain what is OLAP and OLTP. OLTP means
Okay.
online transaction processing and OLAP means online analytical processing. Hadoop is used to perform OLAP. For example, now let me take it here. Let's say here you have one web application, some Naukri.com, whatever. Now this is your database. Actually, this is the point which I have to cover tomorrow. But today, anyhow, you have asked this question. Let me give you an idea. Now this is your database. This is your database, like Oracle, RDBMS database. Okay. So user is coming, registering. The moment user click on submit, the entire data will be loaded into database. Next day, when user want to update his mobile number, he can come to this page. He can update it. At the time itself, the data will be updated into the database, right? If user want to get some information, okay, he is getting entire data from where? From database only, right? So these kind of transactions are known as OLTP, online transaction processing. This is a very small amount of data which is passing over the network, very small amount of data. But if you this is Hadoop, let's say I don't want to use database, I want to use Hadoop. Will it be possible? Instead of database, I want to do all these OLTP operations on Hadoop means not at all possible. Why? Big reason. Actually, this point I want to cover tomorrow, but anyway, I'm asking. This is not at all possible. Any idea? Anyone in the class?
Uh, You're speaking about the RDBMS, right? Relation database.
Yeah, relational database. I want instead of RDBMS. This is RDBMS. See, this is my RDBMS.
Yeah.
Instead of RDBMS, I want Hadoop. All these transactions I want to perform in Hadoop instead of RDBMS. Will it be possible? Means I am saying no. Why? What is the big reason? This thing I know that, yeah. Any guesses I am saying? Any idea before coming to this class? Have you heard something about Hadoop?
I think like Hadoop, it uses a mass copy of data, like whatever it performs. RDMS we can perform, but except the updates and inserts. I mean to say updates
Exactly.
and deletes on row level.
Yes. Very good.
It performs on the data set level, not at row level
Yes.
processing.
Very good point. Very good point. Very good R&D. Yeah, unstructured data, Karthik, that is correct. Here Hadoop can handle unstructured data, structured data, semi-structured data, each and everything. What are these things? I will also cover. But here the main important point what Jogi have said is updates. We cannot perform updates, which I will going to cover tomorrow's class. Here you cannot perform update operation on Hadoop. Once you have stored any file on Hadoop, that's it, done. You cannot modify that file. If you want to modify, let's say this is your CPU, okay, and this is your hard disk. This is your hard disk. In your hard disk, you have installed operating system known as Linux. So this mouse is not that much good. Linux. On top of Linux, you have installed Hadoop. On top of Linux, you have installed Hadoop. Now see, this is your local file system. I am giving the shortcut name as a LFS. I am giving the name as LFS, okay? Local file system. And this is your file system is known as HDFS. Now, once you create any file, one important point. Once you create any file in local file system and you copy into HDFS, you cannot modify the file what is there in HDFS because we don't have update kind of functionality in Hadoop. We cannot say this is a major drawback. This is not a drawback. Why? Because here we are using Hadoop to perform OLTP. After storing data, perform analytics. Why you want to perform OLTP? Hadoop came into market not to perform OLTP, guys, only to perform OLTP. That's the reason they thought not to provide update kind of functionality. So if you want to modify the data means you delete the file of your HDFS. Already you have a file in local file system, right? You modify it, again you replace with the older one, or delete the one and you keep a new file. Okay, so like that you have to do it in real time. In Hadoop, we don't have any kind of update functionality. But Hadoop become very much famous. They want update kind of functionality. Means one framework came into market known as HBase. It's a NoSQL database. HBase. By using HBase, it will be possible for Hadoop as a backend for any kind of web application or whatever the application is. By using HBase. Okay, so no, it will be possible by using HBase. Okay. Now,
Like just one more last question.
yeah.
That means, let's say we have one transaction file coming into picture, so we want to load it. So our application, so we are loading that file into Hive table dynamically, and then we will perform some operations on it.
Yes.
So in that case, all these Hive tables or these tables, so let's say I got one file today with 1,000 records, and tomorrow I'll get a daily transaction file, like next day transaction. So we can't load, or we have to concatenate both the files and load it once, or we can't load and then access later.
You can load it. You can load it. Why you want to concatenate? No, you can load it. Every day you want to load that new file, right? You can load it.
Yeah, yeah.
The file name.
Oh, in that case, yeah, in that case, in this Hadoop, how it works is our local file copy will be there on the daily file name, and when we provide the HDFS file name for the table, then it will copy the data, right?
Yes,
That means
exactly.
the HDFS file will have master file.
Master file. Each and every file will be there. See, if daily one file is getting generated, right? So one folder will be
Yeah,
there. See, entire this is totally technical. Others, please don't get confused. Okay. In this folder, today we got one file. Tomorrow we will get another file. Day after tomorrow again one more file. All these file names are different. There is only one table. Let's say merchant is the table. When I perform select star from merchant, each and every file data will be get scanned and it will be printed in front of you.
yeah, I got you. Yeah. Now I got it.
Yeah. But this is not the right time, Jogi, because others will get confused what we are talking. Okay. Because
Yeah, yeah,
later I will discuss
sure.
all those things. Okay. Others will get
Yeah, sure.
confused then. Others will get confused. Okay. Because we have
Yeah,
not
sure.
started the subject. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you one question, guys. One GK question. Before that, I think someone have pinged something in the. Yeah. You can ask. You can ask. Yeah. Course, I will start main. This PPT is there, guys. Okay. So this is the PPT which I will start from tomorrow. In this totally architecture kind of diagrams are there. Okay. So lot of things, lot of important points I am going to discuss about all these things. What are these things? All the things I will get to know tomorrow. From tomorrow onwards, I will start my subject, main subject. So some what I have worked on my first project, what is the cluster setup, what we have done. So they will ask you in the interview, what is the cluster setup, how many nodes you have. So here round robin algorithm kind of thing, rack awareness. Here I will explain how it selects the nodes, each and everything you will get to know. Okay. Now see here. Now let's say this is my CPU. and this is my hard disk. Okay, here is my hard disk. Here you have your operating system. Okay, now my friend have given, this is my system. My friend have given one movie to me, let's say Avengers movie. I have kept my pen drive here in the CPU and I have started loading in my hard disk. Okay, my movie got stored in the hard disk. Can anyone tell me how the data is getting stored in your hard disk? Your data. Don't say it's a binary, it's a format. I know it's a binary is a format, but how the data is getting stored in hard disk? Very, this is not related to Hadoop, but you will find interesting point about Hadoop. Hadoop is developed on top of this concept only. This question is not related to Hadoop. No, Karthik. Blob is there in Oracle database. This is only hard disk, right? Binary, that is the format. That is correct. Binary is the format. But how the data means in hard disk level, how the data is getting stored? Any idea? Okay. When we saying like in the form of pages, no. Any idea? Any idea? See, we are storing huge amount of data in computer from very long time, right? But we should know how the data is getting stored in hard disk. How? Okay, I'll tell the answer, but you have to do some R&D. Okay, I will tell you. See, in our hard disk chip, we have a block. You know, blocks. In hard disk chipset, we have a blocks like this. Can anyone know the size of each block? What is the size? You know, so like this blocks will be there. Our data will be get stored into these blocks only. Size of each block is 4 KB. See, 4 KB. Why are you telling all these things here? You will get to understand. In Hadoop also we have the same concept. That pieces I told you, right, in previous diagram. One piece, the standard name is block. The operating system stores each and everything in the form of blocks only. The operating system, see, if you have a 1 GB of file, okay, so 4 KB, 4 KB, 4 KB, 4 KB, entire 4 KB, and will become a single unit of 1 GB. And your movie is getting stored into this area. Into this area is moving is getting stored. This is 1 GB, entire 4 KB, 4 KB. So huge amount of 4 KB, 4 KB data will be there. And your movie got stored into this location. So this is known as a block. Very important. Now, as per today, you do some R&D. Why the block size is 4 KB? In Microsoft XP also the block size, or Windows 7 also block size is 4 KB. In Linux also the block size is 4 KB only. But coming to Windows 10, I talked about net engine. I got a very good response from one of the student also day before yesterday regarding net engine. Very good answer that one. So due to this net engine, the block size in Windows 10, okay, the block size will be set dynamically based on your input file. The maximum block size will go to 512 KB, the maximum file. But by default 4 KB only. If a file size is more, then the block size also will be more, 512. Dynamically it selects the block size, net engine. See, this is very important point, very internal point and very important. Now today you may not getting understand, but one or other day you will understand the importance of this point. Very important. Blocks. Due to that net engine only, in Windows 10 dynamically it is picking. Guys, can anyone tell me Windows 8 is flop or what we say success? Windows 8 success flop, right? It's got flop. Windows 10 is good. Windows 8 have lot of drawbacks, you know. That's the reason straightforward they came with the concept known as Windows 10. Very good kind of speed Windows 10 is giving. But in IT industry, it has not come. People are stuck with Windows 7 because it have a professional look on Windows 7. Windows 10 does not have professional look. That's there in IT industry, Windows 7. Everyone is using Windows 7 only. Okay. Okay. Now you have to, what you have to know, you know, why scientists have given 4 KB for block. See, in earlier days, we used to have a RAM size of 64 MB. What is the next RAM size, guys? What is the next RAM size? Come on, write it in the chat box. Okay, 128. Next, what? Next, direct 512. We don't have 256. Yes, we have 256. Next, 512. Why it is adding like plus doubling? 64 plus 64, 128. 128 plus 120, 256. Why? Why we don't have 63 MB of RAM size? Why we don't have 65 MB of RAM size? Very, very important. In the form of blocks concept only, I am talking about. These are the some kind of background work using that. Instead of directly telling all those points, you do some R&D. Divided by 4, okay, people are saying divided by 4, okay, little bit matching answer. But I'll tell you in our, there is one subject guys in MCA, in I don't know about BTech, I've done my MCA, operating systems, OS. In that we have one concept known as semiconductors. Okay, you do some R&D and you will get to know in the Wikipedia you will find your answer. Okay, only for knowledge purpose, keep it. Okay, 2 power, very good Shruti. 2 power. Okay, do some R&D on semiconductors. You'll get to know why people at that time the algorithm has satisfied for 64 MB only. Same concept applies to Hadoop block. Tomorrow you'll get to know the size of what is the size of Hadoop block. Tomorrow you'll get to know. So tomorrow what is the agenda means I'll start from architecture. Some introduction I will give it, some normal introduction. Then I will introduce the processes. So here introduction part, then HDFS architecture part, then map reduce. Once we complete this PPT, we will go for the installation. Okay, tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I'll share the. See, I have provided Dropbox access to each and everyone. Who does not got Dropbox access, just drop me a mail. Right? Everyone have my mail ID, right? Everyone have my mail ID. Just drop me a mail. Okay, just drop me a mail, and I'll provide them access. And softwares I'll share by tomorrow. Okay, software. So we'll go with the installation, each and everything. From tomorrow onwards, I'll start. Okay. So, okay, this is about only demonstration. So from tomorrow onwards, our regular subject will be get started. Once we have done with our entire course, then POCs, I used to provide POCs. You have to work offline and you have to get back to me. If you're stuck in, if you're stuck in anywhere, then I'll help you in that. You have my number. You can ping any error in the WhatsApp anytime. Okay, I'll respond back on the WhatsApp. Okay. Okay, guys. Then is it fine? Or any questions? Someone have general questions? Someone saying fine. Okay. But try to attend on time, guys. Hardly I'll wait up to 7:05. Then I will start. Okay. Initially I'll take only 1 hour because I have to complete the 8 o'clock batch. Okay. In next 10 days I'll complete it. Then we'll extend the timing. Okay. Up to 8:30 we'll make it in future. 1.5 hour we will make it. Once we complete his DFS, all those things, I will make it as a 1.5 hour. Okay. Initially 1 hour because I have one more batch at 8 o'clock. Okay. So tomorrow I'll take everyone's introduction, all those things. Then what are the background you guys are from? Then I'll start my regular session. Okay, guys. Okay. Come on then, guys. Chalo. Take care, guys. Everyone. Chalo. Bye, all of you. Take care. Yeah. Thanks, guys.